It's a Sunday afternoon and you're scrolling Zillow on your couch again. You've got a coffee going cold next to you, and you're doing that thing where you filter by max price, then sort by newest, then zoom into the neighborhood your parents lived in when they were your age. The house they bought, the one with the slightly weird kitchen and the dogwood out front. They paid for it with one income. Your dad was 31. He was a regional manager at a company you've never heard of. You make more than he did, adjusted for inflation. Your partner works too. You have a graduate degree he didn't have. And the house 3 doors down from his old place just listed for $480,000. And you ran the mortgage calculator twice because you thought you typed something wrong. You did the things. You got the degree. You earned the money. And the math still doesn't work. This is Charta Finance, and today we're answering the exact question you've been turning over in your head on that couch. Why is the house your parents bought for $120,000 now costing nearly $500,000 when your income hasn't even come close to keeping up? We're going to walk through the actual numbers, name the actual forces, and by the end you'll know whether you're behind or whether the finish line moved. If that sounds useful, the subscribe button helps more of this find people who need it. Here's the thing. Nobody at the open house is going to tell you. Since 1980, home prices in this country have risen 551%. Household incomes, 373%. That gap isn't a coincidence, and it isn't your fault. It's the cumulative result of decades of underbuilding, restrictive zoning, and a financial industry that figured out single-family houses are a very nice asset class. You are a rational person trying to buy shelter inside a system that has quietly rezoned shelter into an investment vehicle. Let's get into the numbers. According to Census Bureau and National Association of Realtors data, the median American home in 1980 cost $64,600. And the median household earned $17,710. That's a price-to-income ratio of 3.65. Today, the median home costs around $420,300, and the median household earns $83,730. That ratio is now 5.08. Financial researchers generally say housing is affordable at 2.6 or below. Not a single one of the 50 largest U.S. metros meets that threshold. Not one. Pittsburgh comes closest at 307, and that's the best the country has to offer. If your income had grown at the same pace as home prices since 1980, you'd be earning $115,225 instead of $83,730. That's a missing $31,495 every single year. Picture Maya, 33, a labor and delivery nurse in Denver pulling about $78,000. She and her partner have saved $42,000 over 4 years. In her metro, the price-to-income ratio is nearly 6. The median starter home requires a down payment of around $30,400, and Realtor.com calculates it would take a median earner 7 years to save that. Maya's been saving for 4. She's not behind on the plan. The plan was built for a different decade. Then there's COVID, which detonated whatever was left of the math. Between 2019 and 2024, home prices jumped 31%, incomes rose 22%. Prices spiked 16% in a single year, 2021, while wages crept along at a fraction of that. The Realtor.com 2026 supply gap report puts the cumulative housing deficit at 4.03 million homes. Even if construction increased 50% tomorrow, it would take 7 years to close. And then there's the part that really stings if you're shopping in the entry-level tier. Institutional investors, the BlackRock-style firms people argue about online, only own about 3% of single-family rentals nationally, but they don't shop everywhere. They concentrate in Phoenix, Atlanta, Tampa, Dallas, Las Vegas. They target starter homes specifically because starter homes rent reliably. So when Maya in Denver or Devon, a 29-year-old logistics coordinator in Atlanta making $61,000, walks into a bidding war on a 3-bedroom ranch, he's not just competing with other young couples. He's competing with cash. Here's where the psychology gets cruel. Behavioral economists call it anchoring. Your brain locks onto the monthly payment instead of the total cost. The lender shows you $2,900 a month and your nervous system processes that as a number you can manage. It does not process the $640,000 you'll pay across 30 years. The mortgage product is designed around that cognitive blind spot. You're not weak for falling into it. The product was engineered for it. So back to your couch. The coffee's cold. Zillow's still open. Here's the plain takeaway. You are not failing. The math is broken. Your parents bought a house in a market where price to income was 3.65. You're shopping in one where it's 5 to 8, and in some cities almost 12. That isn't a discipline gap. That's 4 decades of structural drift the financial industry would rather you blame yourself for. If this reframed something for you, like the video and subscribe. We'll keep showing you how the numbers actually work. This is Charta Finance.